feels like you've hit rock bottom. Don't give up, it's not the end. Open up your heart again when you feel like no one understands where you are. Someone loves you even when you don't think so. Don't you know you got me and Jesus by your side through the fight. You will never be alone on your own. You got me and Jesus.
There's a lot of funny moments, and there's more funny moments than anything. Like just being with each other. I mean, it's a road trip, every trip. It's ridiculous. But I think the most, probably the thing I will remember the most is we did our first show, really my first show, not our first show, but my first show in Texas, which was a big trip. And we traveled for a really long time, and of course, because it was Texas. And what had happened before this trip, almost a week before this trip, was that my grandfather had died. And I loved my grandfather very much. He was the best man I have ever known. And there's a part in the piece that I had to do that I have a lot of pain, and God takes it away from me. And the whole thing, I didn't know I was gonna feel this way when I went out there, but while I was doing it, it was the first time I had ever performed it. It was really powerful to me, and I actually did cry. Like, I'm supposed to look like I'm crying, but I actually did, because the whole time I was thinking about the pain my grandfather is in and how God has released it and how beautiful it is to realize that he'll be in his arms one day. And I cried, and I had to say a piece at the end. I said my piece, but right at the end I had to walk off stage. And this was the part I'll remember the most, because right when I walked off stage, I collapsed, but I didn't collapse into the floor. I collapsed into Aaron and Destiny's arms, two girls on the team. And like I said, this was our first show. We didn't really know each other that much. I liked them, of course, but they didn't have to do that. And they held me, and I cried, and they didn't even know why I was crying, but they did. They just held me, and it was one of the best things, because it was like all my emotion came out at that one moment, in that one instance, for that one circumstance that I hadn't let out yet, and they were there for me, and I treasure them because of that still.
We went to this one church, and there was this little girl who sat next to me and Winston, and she was, very interested in what we were doing, and I finally told her I had to go on stage, and so I went up on stage and I was doing the main monologue, and it's a little sad. And afterwards her mom came up to me and said, "Oh, she was so worried about you guys because she thought you were actually hurt," and said that she was really happy when she found out that we were just acting.
Probably the memory that sticks out to me the most is the car rides. What we do is a lot of touring, and so we have a lot of trips packed in a little van together, and it gets pretty crazy. I specifically remember, for some reason, the song Peanut Butter Jelly Time seems to come back every year. I've been in it for 2 years now, and the unique characters that are brought to the group, when that song comes on, you should just see the people react to that. It's unlike anything I've seen outside of that, and it's a memory that really sticks out to me the most.
Okay, one that I'm thinking of off the top of my head right now, we're all in our hotels and in our hotel rooms, and we're playing Guitar Hero, after doing a show, and it was so much fun, all of us just jamming out, and it was awesome. Of course, that's just one of the most cool, memorable moments with Destiny. So,
I think one of the things, and it's not really one moment particularly, it's kind of a theme. It's the times that we spend with people in the hotels after performances or even before a performance. Like when we're sitting backstage waiting to go on, we're waiting for the last song, we're waiting for our cue, like those are the times when we're just goofing off and we're just having fun, but yet we're serious at the same time. Like we know what's happening, you know, we've already gone through sound check, we know that we're ready to go, we've learned our lines, and it's just those moments before a performance are just really fun and relaxing. And then after performance, just chilling with people and having fun, traveling. We all travel in one big van, so it's all fun to just go with a group. You're not separated. And just hanging out in hotels afterwards, in between performances, and just getting to relax is just a really nice thing. And when you can relax and have fun with a group of people, it's a lot better than just by yourself.
Chili's. After one of our performances, we went out. After a lot of our performances, we try to go out as a team to celebrate. It usually ends up being a Saturday night because we'll perform for the whole weekend. And one of the times we went to Chili's, and we had so many people that had been a part of Destiny and had been, you know, helping with that event, and we all went together, and there were so many of us squeezed into Chili's that we literally had to stand outside and sit on the benches and squeeze into this little tiny waiting area of the restaurant. They told us it would be like an hour wait, and nobody even cared because we were having such a great time. And like several of the girls and I all squeezed into this little cubby, and we're trying to take a picture, and it was a lot of fun.
One of my most memorable moments in Destiny. There are so many, I can't choose because I can't single out anyone because everyone brings something to the table, and I can talk about almost anyone, and I have a story about everyone.
My favorite memory during Destiny Drama was a couple weeks ago when Lisa let me teach Sabbath School. I had a good time teaching young, it was a youth Sabbath School, and I had a great time with them. I felt like they were engaged. But my favorite part of it was at one point where I had asked a particular student to share an answer with about what I was asking, and they were kind of on the phone, and so I kind of called them out in a humorous way, and so they put their phones away and then they started to engage, and that same student became, that same kid basically became one of the most engaged ones for the rest of the program. And I think what really hit it over the edge was at the end. At the end, he came up to me and said, "Hey man, I really appreciated that. Usually people just tune out and don't pay attention, but that was kind of fun to listen to you share." I think that was my favorite memory.
Just recently, we were all gathered just to talk about the end of the year and kind of recap some stuff that had happened, and Bryant's just laying on the floor and he's just being very silly, saying all he wants to do is act. He just wants to act. That's it. And we were just all, I think, tired from the end of the year, but it's just little things like that. There's not one massive, each trip is different, and each trip has good things that happen, tiring things, and everything else, and all just wrapped up into one. But really, it's just little things, and it's the fact that we can be that comfortable around one another and silly and funny and just, you know, kind of let our hair down and have that relaxing time. I've had a lot of the students say that, you know, this is their little getaway. You know, when they come to rehearsal, it doesn't feel like work, that this is their little getaway to have fun and hang out with their friends and do stuff. So I think all of those combined equate to good memories.
I would recommend that others become a part of Destiny for sure, especially if they're interested in traveling, if they're interested in drama, and if they're interested in doing ministry. I think that they need to keep in mind that there is a ministerial element to the entire experience, so that if you just want to act for the sake of acting, then this might not be it for you. But if you do want to act and you do want to incorporate God and you're comfortable with prayer involved in drama, then I think definitely you should try it out, especially if you like the school that you're attending, if you like Southern, and if you like those other things that I mentioned, then I do recommend it.
To someone who's considering Destiny Drama, I would say it's an experience unlike any other. There's a lot of groups and a lot of things to do on campus, but Destiny Drama is unique. It's a lot of time spent together touring, a lot of time spent together rehearsing, practicing, and it's not something that should be overlooked. When I look back at college, people ask, what did you do in college? I did Destiny Drama, and I really enjoyed it.
I prayed about it a lot when I was going into it. Like, I really thought I didn't get the part. Like, I auditioned and I was like, that bombed. That was terrible. They hate me. But I prayed to God, like, look, if you don't want me to get it, don't let me get it. If you do, do. And He will steer you in that direction. But if you have a feeling or even a little inkling, like, oh, maybe that'd be okay, try out. Think about it, pray about it, because it's a great place to be. It's great people, and you're gonna do a great thing, and you're gonna go a lot of great places, and you're gonna have fun.
I would say join Destiny Drama because it's like a family, and we learn about each other, and we learn more about God, and we're going to different cities every week, and reaching out to people, different parts of the nation, and it is a great experience, and I would recommend it to anyone who has a heart for God and who would want to spread His message.
I'd say you should definitely try out for it. This is an experience that you will not regret. It's something unlike anything else you've tried. It's the chance to tour to places you've never been, to meet people you never would have met. It's a chance to be a part of Southern in a way that not everyone gets to experience. I had a wonderful time, and I'd strongly encourage anyone else to try it, to be a part of it. It's a blessing that you will be so happy you have later.
It's a great experience. It's busy, but at the same time, I wouldn't have not done it. It was definitely a good decision.
It has been an amazing experience. I'm graduating, so I'm super disappointed I can't be on it next year. But it's an amazing experience. There are great people. I love the people that run it, the tech people, the director, the people behind the scenes. You know, we all get involved. We're not just actors. I'm an actor, but I also help with staging and setting up and help with tech and everything. It almost feels like, it sounds cliche, but it feels like a family experience. And it's a mini family on a campus when a lot of us are away from home. And it's just nice to have a group of people that I can turn to and be like, yeah, they got my back if I need them.
Do it. That would be my exact words, just do it. Really what I hear a lot from students, if they find out that I'm Direct Destiny, or from people who have thought about auditioning, is, oh, I'd love to do it, but I just don't have acting experience. I'm not an actor. And quite honestly, you don't have to be. I mean, would I like you to be a great actor up on stage? Of course. But that's not really the main purpose of Destiny. The main purpose of Destiny is a ministry, and the acting will come. That's what we do each and every rehearsal, is we strengthen our ability, we learn different techniques. And so my advice to them would be, just do it, just come. And because it's less about being a good actor and more about the ministry and wanting to bring Jesus in a different, creative way to people.
When they were doing recruiting, I was out there like, come on, join Destiny, it's cool. And we're cool.